Starts its run. Verno down on the inside is the one Ellie. Set. They're off. Verno missed it. Slow to go was Hampton Louis. And over the outside of that, a slow one was another Riddle who got back. Scorching to the front. Weed Terror out by 5 on Hannah the Spanner. Homebush Titan runs third. There's a bit of a gap away to the rest. Hampton, Huey and another Riddle, and the rest aren't in it. It is Weed Terror the outside. Goes wide on the track, and Homebush Titan comes after Weed Terror. Weed Terror wins the first. Tight the minors between Homebush Titan and Hannah the Spanner. I don't know. Deleuze, who ran on from well back, is the next to go by. Then came another Riddle. Hampton Huey back behind that, then to Hampton Louis. And might have been even a bit further back behind that. Readily Dags down on the inside. Set racing. Readily Dags first out. After it is Corborn Tip on the outside. Behind those 2 lengths away, Homebush Crash. Next on the outside, then Mitchell Dean gets around them. And behind those, the Indo Admiral Adam. A little bit further back behind him, Misty As and CHG and Hampton Dewey. Homeward bound here. It is Readily Dags. The outside starts to pull away from Homebush Crash down towards the line. Readily Dags, Homebush Crash and Corborn Tip. The fourth over Mitchell Dean. A bit of a space back to CHG, and it's going to be followed by Admiral Adam, Hampton Dewey and Misty Ayres, and they are the last 3. Hess has led the inside alley. Nearly there. We're off. Hess has led. Came out okay on the inside. Out with it is Hill of Grace, the outside, who forges to the front. Merely a Dream gets to third. Underneath those checks for both Onesie and Payment Due out the back door. Up ahead of those nearing the rail is Charles Frederick as they turn and go. And Hill of Grace has them here. Hill of Grace by 5. Running on behind it, Charles Frederick. Hill of Grace, Charles Frederick. Hess's lad got up to run third, I think, in front of Merely a Dream. A Cuckoo Dreamer was next, never really in it. And back behind those came Onesie was well back. Payment Due was well back as well, and Lockie's lad was just ahead of those 2. $3.90. What I like the inside. We're set racing. Now rocketing out was Team Dreams. Got 3 lengths on them. Smash in Time comes after it. Down on the inside, What I Like. Right there getting a check was a bounder. Goes back. Gypsy Hunter runs on. And behind those then came Joey's Secret, and well back on the inside is New England TAB. Team Dream is off and gone. Gypsy Hunter comes after it. So does What I Like. But down the line, Team Dream is going to beat Gypsy Hunter. Photos third, What I Like, and Joey's Secret the inside. Not far away was Smash in Time. Behind those came New England TAB and a Bound. Might have been one of the last to go by. Bunny is running. Down to the start. Off, Stocktaker came out well on the inside, all too hard's away well. Going up to those on the outside, Vienna's cruising into second. Back along the rail on the inside to Ackroyd. Out the back door, a Starburst Benny and Smash Dora. And all too hard's ended up back there with it. Homeward bound, Stocktaker in front. From Sam's Flying Norm, down the outside comes Vienna. Stocktaker beats. Photos here, Vienna or Sam's Flying Norm, not sure. Starburst Benny's behind those. The next to go by, the inside would have been Smash Rumour, along with those two, Smash Dora back behind him to Ackroyd. And all too hard after copping a bit of a bang on the turn as the last in. And he's running down to the start. We're off. Beaten off the mark, false step. Bolt Rummers the first out, goes clear by two. Some say comes after it. Underneath those, the inside, a check for Homebush Haley went out the back door. Back there with it is Sarah's Domain. This leader's well clear here, Bolt Rummer. He's off and gone. The only chaser is Some Say, and the rest are headed a big gap back by Black Trigger, whacking out the minor money, but Bolt Rummer's going to bolt in. Bolt Rummer beats Some Say. Oh, I don't know. Next, we've got a good lineup here. Botany Seaton, Homebush Haley. Sarah's Domain was right there, and so was Black Trigger in the centre. Just behind those came False Steps, finished well back towards the tail of the field. And Turbo Tundra might have just been ahead of it. Is closing. 390 metres, set, we're off. Opawawali came out okay. Cool Bear goes straight past it though. Over the outside of those then to Smash Amigo, tucked in behind him as Tari Plains on the inside. And dropping out here is Opawawali. Getting around the outside of those to Glasses up to third, and up ahead of it then is Isabel Domain. Homeward bound here in Cool Bear. Isabel Domain tries to chop it down towards the lane. Cool Bear beats Smash Amigo, who I think got up to just shade. Isabel Domain coming quickly was Opawawali, and Glasses up wasn't too far away as well. Back in behind those then Homebush Edith, and who wasn't there? Surrey Plains might have been just in behind those. Spud Gun, Black Rug, one from the outside for Spud. We're set, racing. Not that's fleshy away. Spud Gun, best out is going to be Flying Mo. Leads them early by a couple. Opawa Nowhere. Ranging up on the outside is Corborn, which to third. There's a couple of lengths away to Dynagrol. Back behind that then is Spud Gun's got a bit to do. Bone Nerd, Grunter Wish and Opawa Style. They turn the corner for home, and Flying Mo is a couple of lengths in front. Opawa Nowhere is trying to close, but Flying Mo will beat Opawa Nowhere. Corborn Witch third, might be Dynagrol on the inside. Spud Gun was having a look at it. Close photo. Behind those came Grunter Wish, along with that to Bone Nerd and Opawa Style, number 2. 4:57. Set. Racing. Opawales came out okay. The action out wide. No more Bearsies. And Harlem Harker began well. Behind those to Robbie. Opawales on the inside. Behind them came Corborn War. And over the outside of that to Corborn Onyx. Opawales has got back a little here. And back on the inside is Tiparita in force. Homeward bound Harlem Harker. Afterward on the inside, Robbie is coming strongly. Harlem Harker. Robbie drives underneath it. Dunno. Harlem Harker. Robbie. Totally toasted behind those Opawales. Then we got No More Bearsies. It's going to be followed across by Tiparita in force. Back behind those to Corborn War and Corborn Onyx. As the trip, Rocky Baxter has the inside. Racing, just a little, Rocky Baxter has got swag, one of the best out. Going up on the outside is Homebush Cruden. Behind those near the rail is Blushing Bell and Corborn Polly trying to find a way through. Corborn Merc next, just ahead of it is Rocky Baxter. Blushing Bell got back, and the tail enders are Opawa Natty and Opawa Bart. They go for home. Corborn Polly coming up. Corborn Polly has the lead. Rocky Baxter comes after it. Corborn Polly, Rocky Baxter, then it's tight between Blushing Bell and Homebush Cruden. Just behind those came Has Got Swag. In behind those two, Corborn Merc. Over on the outside was Opawa Bart. And back there was Opawa Netty. Bunny is closing. We're set racing. Gordon Bale flew out, put 3 lengths on them. Heading the chase, Gingerango over the outside, gets to second. Homebush Chopper the inside. Opawa Webby is closing on those. And behind those came Opawa Rapid the outside. Kabul is underneath that. Behind them, No Undy Sunday. And Opawa Casper is last. They turn and go. Gordon Bale after at the inside. Gingerango. Wider out is Opawa Webby. Gingerango the inside. Gingerango gets there in front of Gordon Bale. Opawa Webby, and back behind those two. Opawa Casper came in pretty well. There's a photo here though. Back behind those was Opawa Rapid was well back. No Undy Sunday is back behind those as well. Set racing. Rocket first out, leads by a length, whipping underneath it. Little Midnight goes to the rail, getting past that is Buck Alec, who runs to second. Next on the outside, Rosca. Just behind those came out Beowulf and Homebush Mayhem, and back behind those Sterling Dan and Corborn Burn. It is Rocket in front. Here comes Buck Alec mowing it down. Buck Alec gets there. Rocket third. I'm not too sure here. We've got Little Midnight and Rosca together. Behind those to our Beowulf. Back behind those then is Sterling Dan. And back behind that, who was last year? Might have been Homebush Mayhem well back.